This is the iPhone 4S, and this is the iPhone 5. A5 chip, A6 chip. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to bypass the activation lock on these devices. Even though this one has the A5 chip and this one has the A6 chip, they actually both have the same method for Mac, Linux, and Windows. And it doesn't matter what operating system you're on, so most A5 devices will go up to iOS 9, and most A6 devices will go up to iOS 10. But here's a list of all the A5 devices, so make sure your device is in the list. And here's a list of all the A6 devices. Make sure your device is in this list as well. And if for some reason your device isn't covered in this video, well, get subscribed, because I am working on a series where I show every single method for bypassing the activation lock. So your device will come soon, but for now, I will be showing A5 and A6 devices. The benefit of this method is it requires no jailbreaks, no exploits, nothing like that. It literally just modifies the device and tells it, hey, you're activated. The end. So as long as you have a computer, it doesn't matter what type of computer you have or what operating system you're running, and a charger for these phones, it doesn't even matter if it's an official Apple charger or not, you can bypass the activation lock. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be showing this method first on a Mac, even though the process is basically exactly the same on Windows. There are a couple of teeny tiny differences, so I'll show you both, but I'm going to start with the Mac and then we'll move to Windows. So go ahead and get your device connected. Do not ask me why the screen is cracked. And in the description, I've got all the links to the different tools that you've got to download, so just go down to the description and download the tools one by one. The first link is going to take you to python.org, so just go to downloads and then download the latest version for your computer. We'll open up the file. This is what the process looks like on a Mac. Click continue, 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 agree to the license, and install. You'll have to enter in your password, and then you will be able to install the software. The Finder window will open, so you can just close this, and there we go. Python is installed, so we can close this, and you can move the package to the trash if you want, just to save space on your computer. So once you got Python installed, click the next link, which will take you to 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗖𝗓. 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗓𝗖𝗓, yeah, that's totally how you pronounce that. Now, this tool doesn't say it requires Python, but literally the 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗓𝗖𝗓 icon has the Python logo. But anyway, this will take you straight to the latest releases, and as you can tell, you've got every single version possible. We've got it for Linux, Mac OS ARM64, so like Apple Silicon Macs, Mac OS Intel Macs, and Windows. If you're trying to figure out if you have an Intel Mac or an Apple Silicon Mac, it's actually super easy. Just go into the Apple logo and click About This Mac. And as you can tell on mine, it says Intel Core i7, so obviously I have an Intel Mac. But yours, if it says M1, M2, or anything newer, but it has the M series chip, or if you're on the MacBook Neo, which has the A18, then you're running on Apple Silicon, in which case you'll have to download Mac OS ARM64. But since I'm running on Intel, I'm going to download Mac OS Intel, so I'm going to click that one. We'll just open up this file and we'll drag it over to the applications folder. And if you want, you can go ahead and eject the disk image. And in the launchpad, you will see a new application, 𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗖𝗓 Mac OS Intel. It's a very long name for some reason, and that will change depending on what computer you're running on. So let's go ahead and open this. You may get this warning, so you'll just click open. Now, for some odd, horrible, terrible reason, on my computer, every single time I've downloaded this application, it like stops bouncing and doesn't have the indicator that it's open, but it's still opening. So just give it a second if you have the same issue. It's not that the application crashed, it's just it takes a long time to open for some reason, and I do not know why, but that is okay. And there we go. As you can tell, it is connected, and there we go. It just detected my phone. This is the iPhone 4S running iOS 9.3.5, and yes, it works with 9.3.6 as well. So we're gonna go ahead and turn on the device, and make sure you get to this screen, the screen that actually shows activation lock. This will ensure your device is connected to Wi-Fi, because for some reason this bypass does not work if the device is not connected to Wi-Fi. So as you can tell, mine is. Like I said, ignore the cracks. Listen, I'm borrowing this phone from someone else, so you can ask him if you want where the cracks came from. And once your device is on this screen, we can go ahead and go back to the computer and click on Activate Device. It says your device will now be activated. Please ensure it is connected to Wi-Fi. If I cannot stress how important it is, make sure you're on this screen, okay? So we'll click OK, and the device will restart. There we go, it turned back on, so just leave it here for a few minutes. And as you can tell, mine actually failed the first time, which is really interesting. I've done this process about 100 times, and I've never had that happen, but that's okay. The application will try a few times until the device properly activates. I'm still connected to Wi-Fi, so let's see if it works this time. And this time it did. It just says done, so you can click OK, and your device will restart for the last time. As you can tell, we'll go ahead and set this up, and as you can tell, the device is activated. That is really awesome. So we'll go ahead and set this up like normal, and if you guys want to know, this is untethered. You will be able to set a passcode, reboot the device, all that good stuff. You will not lose the activation. Now, if you're wondering, can you sign into your Apple account and all that? I don't know, actually. I've never tried. Let's see if this even works at all. But as you can tell, the device is activated and it is working. No problems whatsoever. That's exactly what we want to see. But I am curious. Like I said, I've never tried signing into iCloud on these bypass devices, so let's see if we can. Verification failed. Let me see if we can sign into the iTunes store. This is one last trick, and verification failed yet again. That is the unfortunate reality of a bypass device. The chances of you being able to do normal stuff with it, such as signing into iCloud and all that stuff, probably isn't going to work. But yeah, this is the method for bypassing the activation lock, and as you can tell, it works fine. And like I said, it's untethered and everything, so you don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to run over briefly how to do it on Windows, and I'm going to bypass my iPhone 5, which is running the Apple A6 chip instead. Alrighty, I got my Windows computer out. I don't own a Windows computer, but I do own a Windows 11 emulator, so close enough. And I'm going to be using USB-C to Lightning just to prove that you don't need to run any exploits or anything on this phone. I mean, I'm sure you guys believed me, but you know, figured I'd show you anyway. Let's go ahead and get it connected. There we go. I do have to tell my emulator to use it. Once again, you're going to click the first link in the description, which will take you to python.org, and we're going to download it for Windows. There we go. We're going to click on Open File. As you can tell, it is already installed on mine, so we're just going to reinstall it, but that is okay. And there we go. Python is installed. You may have a couple additional steps depending on your computer, but just follow these on-screen instructions and everything should be good. Now you're going to click the second link, which will take you to the 𝗥𝗡𝗡 website, and this time we're going to download it for Windows. And as you can tell, it says it's not commonly downloaded. Now this is just because of Edge, and we'll hit keep anyway, and we'll open this up. Once again, it may take a second to turn on, just like it did on macOS. That is okay, just let it load. And there we go, it turned on, and as you can tell, it detected my iPhone, which is running iOS 10.3.4. And now, once again, make sure you're on the activation lock screen. That will make sure the device is connected to the internet, and we will click on Activate Device. It'll give you the warning to make sure it's connected to the internet. We'll click OK. And there we go. The device restarted for the first time. Now we just gotta wait for it to boot back up, and it will restart a second time, and it should be activated. Also, for some reason, I don't know if this is because of the emulator, but this has happened to me both times I've tried this method. For some reason, after it restarts, it doesn't really come up on the computer. So simply unplug it from your computer and then plug it back in, and that should solve the issue. Like I said, I don't know if this is Windows or the A6 chip or the emulator. I have no idea what causes this, but it's super simple. Just unplug it, reconnect it, and it should be fine. And there we go. The device restarted for the second time, as you can tell. Let's go ahead and set this up. And it is indeed activated. So now I can go ahead and set up this phone like normal. Once again, it is untethered, so you can set a passcode, reboot it, all that good stuff, and it will be fine. And there we go. Welcome to iPhone. Boom. As you can tell, it is activated. It was a little glitchy, but that's okay. It's activated. It's good to go. Well, there you go, guys. Both devices have been bypassed, A5 and A6, and I've actually tried this on other devices as well, such as like the iPad 2, and this method has worked flawlessly every single time, so I highly recommend it. And I wish I could say it was more difficult. It really isn't. It's actually really simple. But let me know down in the comments if you have any issues or questions whatsoever, and I will be happy to respond as soon as possible. But like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, make sure you get subscribed. That way, eventually you'll be able to see the solution for any other devices, and you'll be able to get yours bypassed as well. But that's it for this one. Now it's your turn. Go and find something to fix. Catch you guys in the next one. See you soon.